Welcome back and thanks for joining me. We have a super delicious plant-based pasta dish. I'm telling you, this is super simple and easy. Nearly anyone can make it. But trust me, before you serve this for dinner, make sure you know what you're getting yourself into because you might be getting that 3-letter word text at 3 a.m. So if you want to leave a lasting impression, this is the perfect dish to make. For this particular dish, I'm using the Beyond Meat, Beyond Sausage plant-based links. This is the sweet Italian version. It makes all the difference. I prefer this over all of the others. It has 16 grams of protein and it's the heart of this dish. And I like to cook the links in avocado oil. This is a high heating temperature oil, so it's able to maintain its flavor profile even at higher temperatures. Trust me, there's a method to my madness. But I used about 2.5 tablespoons of avocado oil, and it's honestly a great way to just crisp everything up. And speaking of the essence of this dish, the Sunset cocktail tomatoes are everything. If you love making your own tomato sauce, trust me, you want to pick these up. And I tell you, it offers the best texture and taste. And of course, you want to go in and cleanse and wash your vegetables. I'm using my favorite veggie wash. I encourage you guys to do the same. Let's keep everything fresh and clean because it makes a difference. I don't really calculate how much garlic I use, so I'm assuming I use anywhere from 4 to 6 cloves of garlic. The more, the better. If I can be honest, I prefer fresh. So yes, I went through all of the trouble using a grater. No, I'm not getting a different thing to grate my garlic. It's perfectly fine. And you guys get on me like, oh girl, you're gonna cut yourself with a knife. And you know what, there have been times where I did actually, do a little slice and dice, but that's my business. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay. I do what I can with these knives. I'm not one to cook a lot, so I just do what works, and I encourage you to do the same. Don't psych yourself out trying to do what you see somebody else do, because girl, you could lose some fingers. Now, I really loved using shallots for this dish, but I went in and used some yellow onion and red onion. The more variety, the better, but shallots are honestly like my absolute favorite for this dish. Ooh, the flavor is just everything. And don't forget about your sausages. So they're browning nicely. I like to get a little bit of a crisp on the exterior. It just works so much better for me. I'm gonna keep that oil in the pan and add our bell peppers because I want those to start sauteing very lightly. Keep it on a nice light simmer. And then I like to follow up with the onions because they cook a little bit faster than the bell peppers, especially with how I sliced them. The links have since cooled, and so I'm gonna go in and slice them on an angle. When you slice it on an angle, it just looks a lot prettier. The presentation is better in my opinion, but you definitely wanna let them cool down so that you can slice them neatly. And when you're done, it should look something like this. But let's get back to those tomatoes because, the bell peppers and onions are sauteing on a low heat. And I want to go in and have the tomatoes. This is really important because when you have them, when you place them into the pan, you want to put them with the core facing the pan so that they cook down a little bit better. They're easier to just kind of like smash because I like that rough crush kind of smash aesthetic. Or look rather. So give it some time, keep that heat low to medium heat. We do not want to rush this process. We're allowing all of the flavors to come together. And after about 5 minutes, with the lid on, once you take it off, sis, look at the beautiful just goodness. As you guys can see, I tried to place as much of the cores face down in the pan, and then I'm just going to use the back of my spoon to crush the tomatoes. And this was my first time making my own tomato sauce, and 10 out of 10 would recommend. Like, I'd be doing some things in the kitchen, like, whew. And then let's add that garlic. It's grated, but it's not too thin. And I just love it when it's in this particular consistency or cut. because it works well with the dish. It maintains its integrity while it is cooking down, and the flavor, the aroma, okay? And now because I'm an adult and I do big things, bay leaves are integral for this dish. I added 2 leaves, okay? You could do 1 if you're scared, but 2, maybe even 3 if you're about that life. And add some whole oregano. Black garlic from Trader Joe's. Do not skimp on this. You need to go pick this up. I was pleasantly surprised by the flavor profile. And of course, we add things like basil leaves, you know. You can also add some garlic powder. See, I love garlic at every level, so I get happy. And I'm using this umami because, you know, I like a little earthy vibe, something a little different. And my McCormick garden vegetable seasoning, which is really good if you're just trying to monitor your sodium. You don't want to just directly add salt. So again, we like to season over here. So if you're scared, okay, go to the grocery store, take this video, look at the description box, and make that list so you can season your food. And I like adding tomato paste because 1, it creates a more vibrant color, but it also intensifies and thickens the base of our dish for the sauce. So I really like how it's all working together. It all has a purpose. As you know, the water for your pasta should have been boiling. I'm gonna salt it just a little bit, add a little bit of oil, and then this rigatoni from Trader Joe's, okay? I used a good amount of pasta, maybe like 3.5 cups. Let that go, and then I went back to the sauce, tasted it, added the sausage links, let everything marinate. Because while that pasta is getting itself together, we don't want to overcook that pasta, but in the meantime, we make sure that we are creating a marriage between our ingredients. I definitely recommend putting aside 1 to 1.5 or even 2 cups of pasta water. And don't be afraid, you can go ahead and dump the pasta into the pot. I know you guys always get on me about, you know, the size of my pot. Now listen, I wanted this to be pretty, okay? And I love this pan, so it was gonna go in this regardless, okay? But I know my pans, you know what I'm saying? I know that this one would fit perfectly. But once you get everything mixed, I wanted to add a good amount of spinach on top. I love using spinach, you know, all vegetarians will be doing the most. Add a little bit of greenery here and there, and it just takes the dish to another level. And after you let the spinach wilt down a bit, you want to start folding it into the pasta. After a few minutes of this simmering on low heat, I went in with some black pepper. You know, that's my favorite. You want to do a nice amount on the top. And look at how gorgeous this is. I mean, if you aren't already in the description box making your next grocery list, I don't know what to tell you. And I'm big on presentation, so I got a cute little bowl, added my pasta, and I also made some garlic bread using Portuguese bread. But get into this. I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, meet me in the comments, and don't forget to share this. And if you make this, if they fall in love, it's not on me. Bye, y'all.